So I was talking with somebody yesterday, and I was trying to explain why it's important to process emotions, and because we don't give it the weight and gravity that it needs. And so I was trying to explain about how how cancer works in the body, like in the body.
Mm-hmm.
So when they talk about foods that cause cancer, like how do foods cause cancer? How does it activate cancer cells? I said, well, like the Cliff Notes version. So there's a lot of foods that we eat that are not natural foods. They have preservatives in them. That's how you can have a box of cereal that's good until April of 2042. You know, there's no way in nature that there's a bran flake that you can just leave in a cardboard box, even in the plastic little bag, that's going to be good, you know, for 60 years. So there's things that are in them that help preserve them, that keep them, but they're not natural occurring things. So when the food goes into the body, there's different chutes that the food sits in. There's a protein, this is a fat, this is, you know, whatever amino acid, it has a proper place for it. Well, when you put something in your body that the body does not recognize, it's like, this is not a natural thing, that we don't have a department for this. So we're just going to shelf it till we figure out what to do with it. And so enough things shelved over a long enough period of time, because it doesn't break down for the same reason why it doesn't break down on your shelf in the grocery store. As it sits in the body, this can become toxic to the cells within the human body. So something that's unprocessed, that's not dealt with, sitting on the shelf becomes cancerous to it and what's around it. The same thing happens to unprocessed emotions within our psyche, in our mental and emotional space. When you keep shelving it, I'll deal with it later, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. That's when you find 57-year-olds having heart attacks, of hypertension, high blood pressure, and stress, because of all these unresolved, unprocessed emotions that have just been sitting for so long. And they sat and sat and sat to the point where they became cancerous to where they were within the body. It taxes our heart, taxes our organs. We're burning up so much mental and emotional bandwidth that we can't properly take care of ourselves in other areas. That's why it's dealing with those things becomes so important, that we can't just go into the coping mechanisms of denial or detachment, or trying to mask it, putting duct tape on it, because the duct tape that we put, the duct tape is cancerous. The bungee cord is cancerous. The soda in the radiator is cancerous. So we actually use dealing with it, gives it a shoot. It gets processed, it gets dealt with, and then we transition. When we don't deal with it, there's no transition. So all the storing is what causes a lot more problems.
That's dope.